You see, there's a question that I must ask right now. Did you know that there's a dark side of Qi that many are unaware of? And did you know that Qi can serve as the cause as well as effect of disease? You see, the pathology of Qi can present in 4 different ways. The power of Qi, part 4. Welcome to the dark side. You see, the first way in which Qi can present from a pathological perspective is when Qi is deficient. You see, when Qi is deficient, it then affects the flow of blood throughout your entire body. You see, it also affects how well you're able to digest your food. It affects your ability to think clearly, your ability to perform your everyday tasks, your ability to evacuate waste from within as well. You see, what tends to cause this deficiency most times is as a result of overworking yourself, whether it's on your job, overtraining when you're exercising, and more. You see, when Qi becomes deficient, it tends to negatively impact your stomach and spleen in the form of poor digestion, as well as your lungs, where we begin to experience breathing problems, as well as our kidneys, our heart, large intestine, bladder, and other internal organs. Just as with yin and yang, there's a bright side and a dark side. Such is the same when it comes to Qi, so welcome to the dark side. You see, another way in which Qi can present from a pathological perspective is when it begins to sink. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, how the hell can Qi sink? You see, when Qi begins to sink, it's usually because it's deficient, which therefore causes your organs to prolapse. Think about it for a second. Qi being somewhat synonymous with energy, whereas energy is required to hold us up against gravity, right? So it's Qi that holds up our internal organs, and when it begins to sink due to it being deficient, our internal organs begin to drop. So you'd more so see this when the Qi of your spleen is deficient or when the Qi of your kidney is deficient. Just as with yin and yang, there's a bright side and a dark side. Such is the same when it comes to Qi, so welcome to the dark side. Now let's discuss another form of Qi pathology. This form of pathology tends to occur when Qi stagnates. Now here's a good example of Qi stagnation. Take for instance when you're driving along a highway and everything is just flowing real smooth. Then all of a sudden, you hit standstill traffic. How do you feel? Or better yet, when you're running water in your sink and your sink begins to drain slowly, I mean very slow, how do you feel then? You see, this is sort of how you can picture Qi when it stagnates. And the examples I just given you, those occurrences can make you angry. And as I stated in the 5 Elements track, the liver is related to anger, which means that's the internal organ that's most severely affected when Qi stagnates. Just as with yin and yang, there's a bright side and a dark side. Such is the same when it comes to Qi, so welcome to the dark side. Now let's discuss the final way in which Qi can present from a pathological perspective, and that's when Qi becomes rebellious. Now when something is rebellious, it's what? Exactly. It engages in opposition. Now think back to the power of Qi part 3 when I discussed the direction of Qi pertaining to various internal organs, because now it's time to take you to class. Now what direction is stomach Qi supposed to go in? Down, right? So guess what? If the Qi of the stomach goes up, then you're going to present with, let's say, nausea, vomiting, burping, and so on. Now think about what I said earlier. The Qi of your spleen is supposed to go up. So when it goes down, that's when your organs begin to prolapse. You see, this can happen as a result of Qi flowing in the wrong direction, a direction that is different from its normal physiological one. Now, as I conclude my discussion on the pathological patterns of Qi, I shall now walk away from the dark side. The power of Qi, part 4.